Hey, my name is Dave Cad, and today I am outside and I'm filming a video, my first video of 2016. Wow. Now don't worry, this isn't another resolutions video. I wouldn't do you like that. I know you've seen a million of those now. Perhaps we can just all assume that every YouTuber's resolution is to make better content and but instead today I wanted to film a kind of Q&A because I've been away for a while, like kind of, I guess. I've been here and every now and again, but it's been a long time in between each video, let's face it. So I thought I would address some questions with some answers and form a questions and answer video. Good. I think the cold is eating into my brain right now. I'm having a lot of trouble talking. And I'm also worried that there's snot running down my face because I can't feel it. I can't feel my entire face. So I asked for questions for me to answer on Twitter and Snapchat, and I got a few, but not quite as many as I'd have liked. Because I asked like an hour before I was going out to film, so my bad. But to hopefully remedy this in the next one, I want you guys to leave your questions in the comments to this video, and when I make the next Q&A, I'll come back to here and suck them all up and spit them out on the next video. But to kick things off, I have written a few questions for myself, which I'm sure you watching this video, you're thinking the exact same thing. So firstly, you're welcome. And secondly, these are the questions. Dave, where the bloody hell are you? Very good question, although I'm not sure I appreciate your time. As you can probably tell from around me, I'm not in London. I am in Finland. I'm in the southern part of Finland. And I am actually like on a peninsula looking out onto the sea, kind of that way. I don't know if you can see because of the sun. But yeah, kind of cool. And apparently it's the busiest place ever to come and walk because I've bumped into 2 people already whilst coming here to film, which is like half the population of this entire town, so just a bad luck, I guess. Brr, that looks cold, Dave. What's the temperature? It's very, very thoughtful questions. When I left, it was -23, and let me just tell you a bit about -23. Very soon after you leave the heat from your house, your face just completely loses feeling, and apparently you lose the ability to talk. And it also, there's something I didn't know when it gets to this cold. The snow, it just kind of becomes this powder stuff. You can't make snowballs or snowmen or anything just because it's so loose, which I thought was quite an interesting fact, which I didn't know. And it's also been really cold for the last few days, and this out there, that was all once ocean and sea, which is now ice. And you can see tracks where people have walked. I'm not confident enough in walking on the ice, although I'm sure it's plenty thick, but I'm scared. I've seen too many movies to know that nothing good comes of walking on ice. Can we just appreciate how beautiful this is for a second? Thank you. What do you miss most about Blogtv? Now, for those of you that don't know, I used to do quite a lot of live streams, and I'd have my viewers come and hang out, and we'd do all sorts of fun things, like I'd draw things, I'd do kind of quizzes, and it was pretty much like having a kindergarten online for like a live stream. So I guess the thing I miss most is the interaction with you guys and things like that. So maybe in the comments, let me know if you want me to start doing live streams again. There's all sorts of cool things like Periscope and what have you, so I could start doing them again. And follow my Twitter and my Snapchat if you don't already, and you'll find out if I do them. If you could travel to any 3 places in the world, where would it be and why? There's 2 places that come straight to mind when I think of this question, and they are Japan and China. And they spring to mind because of a very, very nerdy reason, which I will share with you now. So, over a decade ago now, I played this game called Shenmue, and its sequel, Shenmue 2. And they were both set in Japan and China, which is the sole reason, really, for me wanting to go to Japan and China. I played and completed these games maybe 3 or 4 times, and I just got obsessed with it. And I thought it was a really cool place, like to just go and practice martial arts and be really cool. That's the only reason. As for the 3rd place, I don't know. I haven't really given that much thought. I probably should have before I came out and filmed this Q&A video answering that specific question. But, you know, that's just the way I roll. To be honest, I want to visit any place that will have me, or any place that just will have human beings. 'Cause I love travelling and I really would like to see everywhere. Really, really would. What are the biggest obstacles moving to another country? I appreciate the question, but I've never actually moved to another country. I've stayed for extended periods in another country, but I've never actually moved like all my things there. Like in the summer, I spent 10 weeks here in Finland, so I can tell you a little bit about my obstacles during that time. The first one really is the language. Like if you want to go out to the town or something, you really kind of, I think you need to make an effort with the language. And when you're in a place like the southern part of Finland that I'm in, they could speak either Swedish or Finnish as their main language, and often they'll start with Finnish if it's like a 50-50 kind of split within that kind of area, like who speaks it as their first language. Although everybody here that I've spoken to speaks good English, like very good English, to the point where I'm a bit embarrassed because they speak better English than I do. I think it's important that if you go somewhere that you learn at least a little bit of the language. So I guess that's one obstacle that I found quite difficult. As I say, I don't really have an awful lot of insight to moving somewhere, but maybe somebody out there that's watching this does. So leave some advice if you've moved to another country before, and maybe you could help someone else out. That might be cool. That would be really nice. What is the meaning of life? Quite honestly, I don't bloody know. I know the formula to leading a nice life. So my formula for an amazing life. Right, part one of this formula is to not be afraid. And that's to do stuff, don't be afraid to love. Wow, okay, I'm getting quite deep with this. And find something that you enjoy. And for me, it's always been not chasing like money necessarily and that kind of route. Rather chase experiences and life lessons, and just learn and experience as much as you can in life. Because at the end of the day, when you're 6 feet under the ground, the money really, if you're thinking very, very selfishly about you rather than what you leave behind, the money hasn't really helped you get out of that position. Unless, of course, they bring out a death-resisting pill which costs $1 billion gazillion, in which case money could be helpful, but probably won't. So yeah, don't be afraid and experience as much as you can in life. I think that's a good place to end this video. But anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you leave some questions for me for my next video, and yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye.